Okay, there we go. Hello, everybody. We're back. Much to the dismay of the greater world government. I'm kidding, of course. Hello, welcome. Captain Crossroad here with your daily dose of. If I ever get raided by by any famous streamer, I'm just gonna drop that on them. They're gonna pull up and be like, "Oh, hey, wow, who's this Captain Crossroad guy? He's so cool." I'm gonna realize that someone's famous. I'm gonna go, and they're just gonna have to deal with that. Anyway, yes, hello, welcome. Today, streaming. Why streaming? Because Donkey Kong told me to. We're streaming art today because I have literally nothing else to do with myself at this moment in time. I know I've still got Hades, and I'm gonna go on a quick checkup of the backlog of games that, not that I want to play, but of games that I've started and should finish. So I will dig through those and keep you guys posted. How have you been? I have been well. I have been enjoying my life. And as such, I am here now for your viewing pleasure. Did you finish DK Bonanza? Yes, the main story is complete. There's still a lot of post-game content after we, to keep it as spoilery free as possible, punch that really large gentleman into orbit. But still, we're going to take a break from the gaming and actually do some art, because we actually have some important art that I want to get done. That's art of me. That's right. I am giving in to my vanity, and I'm drawing myself. Because if I'm being perfectly blunt, I look a little rough. So I'm going to touch up my design a bit. Just a bit. Okay, first, let's go over to the gaming screen. So you didn't have the ending spoiled. Luckily, no, I did not. I was very, very, very enthralled right up to the end. I had a wonderful time. So yes, Donkey Kong is complete. For now. We'll go back and play more and do some post-game content after the fact, and also the DLC, which came out a while ago and I still haven't purchased, even though I've got $20 lying around that I'm able to spend. But still, for now, gaming. And by gaming, I mean art. So, welcome to my setup. Once again, we are back. However, as I'm sure you've noticed, none of those subjects are pictures of me. So I will very quickly fix that. If you don't mind my doing so, it's here somewhere. Let's see. Oh God, what the hell was that? I heard the ruffling of cloth. And I got real scared. Alright, let's see. None of that. Nope. Nah, can't legally post that on stream. There's a picture of one of my friends' OCs who's very cool, but I can't show that because it's not very good. But they liked it, so rest assured, ladies and gentlemen. What's that other ping? Oh, it's just the going live. Alright, did someone say cloth? Perhaps. Not that I am a man of the cloth, but you know, I'm around. I'm ballin'. Okay, so let's just get this in here real quick. Insert as ref image. Holy Grim. Morgue ballin'. Okay, I'll just go ahead and make that a bit easier for me to keep track of here. There it is. Just hold on to that for reference, like. Because if I recall, if you can believe it, I've updated the colors on this character somewhat, as well as the hairstyle. I no longer have the long hair going down my back. Imagine the Cloth Man, a new horror character from horror art film in small studio. Yeah. Anyway, you may be wondering why Bowser is here, and I will now tell you. Right after we let this do its thing here. Beautiful. Okay, welcome. So here's what we're doing today. We're gonna draw... Jesus, it is really hard for me to talk right now. Okay, head in the game, Captain. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Big man on campus. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. You, me, and Bowser. Why is Bowser here? I'll tell you why Bowser's here. Because Bowser is sort of a good reference for a character of my build to be, like, stanced up in. I'm not sure how I want to do it. Let me just make sure my colors are good. Okay, so we could, I'm trying to think of a decent, like, good pose. Because, like, the pose you see here, it's not that great. So what I'm trying to be is, like, something like this. Alright, well, so, like, yeah, that's why I've got the Bowser ones. Because Bowser's got very strong... Bowser shape, indeed. Bowser's got very strong pose game. And I'm trying to capture some of that here for myself. Skibidi bop, skibidi bop, skibidi bop, skibidi dabba dabba doo. Can't forget. The lyrics are that it's the one that everyone likes. Alright, so I figure we could like have one where it's like get that going. Oh wait, gotta turn off the stabilizer. I was doing a different project. Okay, so the hardest part for this is me going to be staying within earshot of the mic. So here's how it's gonna go. We've got the fact that his knees are bent most of the time makes him look hefty. Oh yeah, definitely. He is a big dude, and it's kind of how he's built. But at the same time, like, imagine this man standing up straight. That's insane. So we could do something like the Fury Bowser pose, where it's like this. It's sort of off-center too, so like his body would be a bit like this. But not too much like that, because I'm trying to give him a bit more of a rounded figure. No, sort of shaped. Because in a lot of my original work, including the PNG tuber I'm currently using, he's built like this. He's not very, like, shaped. It's very, like, outward and not great. So what I'm trying to do is give him a bit more. The back can be like that, but the chest sort of, like, comes in now and then goes down. And then the arms are, like, here. And the head is somewhere, like, here-ish. Well, everyone's drawing. I was just about to draw, too. Drawing mood today. Mm-hmm. So, like, yeah, we could do something like that for old stranger here. As well as this insane mouse music. Microchip by Oliver Buckland. Look at that. Okay, let's see. Okay, so yeah, we could do something like that with, like, the claws out. Like so. Yeah, that looks decent. I was thinking of drawing something too. Excellent. Or we could do like the kick-ass... Actually, I should have held on to that. Could do the kick-ass over the pose, over the shoulder, very like hunched over kind of deal. And I would take advantage of his one eye over here. Or we could do something more cartoony like that. Like here's the head. Body is sort of lopsided. Shoulders a bit like this. something like this, kinda. It's not great, but it's something. Or I could do something like, something a bit more original, obviously. Like, I want to do something original, I just don't want to make a redo of a Bowser pose, a Bowser render. I could also do something like this, which will give him just that perfect amount of, like, power. I'm trying to make it, like... I'm not trying to make it obvious where his shoulders and stuff are. I kind of like him being, like, sort of detached, like this. Yeah, something like, you know, something like a... Ooh, arms out. Ooh, you've been invited to my ghastly coalition or something. Posing is hard, especially when you're me and, you know, you're not that attractive a guy. Also, I did not know. Okay. Note to self, click off of my drawing system before attempting to emote. Final boss energy? Well, yeah, that's sort of what I am, you know? When the world comes to an end, if there's anyone left alive who dares to outlive the last star, then they have to deal with me in my infinite tower. Suck it, Vampire Survivors, I got the infinite tower, y'all just got the corridor. Shame on you. Or whatever. Also, I'm trying to figure out new ways of, like, making... I'll make a new layer for this. New ways of making, like, the cape work. So, like... In concept, it would be like, let's see. Like, here's the head. There we go. And then, let's see. What is up, Cat and Cock Nation? Coming at you live from my bed. Nice, man. Enjoy that bed. Okay, so... It's something like this. The hardest part is, like, actually spacing out the head from the body in terms of, like, the side profile. And then you've got, you know, the coat, where the coat comes, and then the cape. So obviously you got, like, it starts like this. But now I'm thinking, like, instead of, like, the head being on top of it, I'll just say, no, stay down, rat. Reasonable. So I figure I could do something like this, sort of... a bit of scruff that covers the head like that, and then add a bit more detail behind the head to help with the shape. And then I want the shoulders like somewhere about here-ish. Like that's where the arm would be. Let's just draw that out for my own sake here. And then what I would really want is for the arm to disappear. There you go. Underneath. No, sort of like an overlap. Like there's this point here where the cape and arm sort of intersect, right? So I'd want that to be like a magic point where like, oh, here the cape is on top, but then here the arm is on top. At some point the cape slips underneath the arm. You dig? That was a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be. Hey, browser history. This is another good one by Graham Cartner. Fucking, I thought I read that wrong. I love this sort of like webcore, dreamcore stuff. Anyway, the reason why I'm doing this, let's talk about why I'm drawing out all this right now, is because I have a big project that I want to get done, and that is drawing the Stranger in his completeness. Because literally the only full-body pictures we have of the Stranger are the reference sheet, and I also need to update the reference sheet, actually. Like, my god. The only full body pics we have of the stranger are the reference sheet and the picture of him on this throne at the beach, which is a real photo from my vacation that I put myself into. And then just for clarification, his body would look kind of like this, have, you know, the gold trim on the middle, then the coin would be just here underneath, like so. Beautiful. And then you got the chain, which sort of hooks into the side of it. Or should I do like a thing where it's like, you know, here's the medallion profile, and there's like a loop or something where the chain attaches. I don't know. I'm not a jewelry guy, really. Despite my, you know, affinity for the cursed gold amulet that eternally dangles around my neck for one reason or another. While I'm here, I might as well also give a little more insight as to how I draw myself here. So obviously you've got the head. But my head, it is not perfectly round. But obviously I've got, like, you know, Grim. Yes, I have Grim. Okay, so obviously we've got this going here. And but here's a little trick. I'm sure you don't know. The shape of my head, sans my hair, minus my hair, not sans Undertale. Mind the gap. Cleaning this up for my own sanity, just a bit. Okay, so, shape of my head. It goes like this. It sort of curves in here. Like here would be the eye. It curves in, then about 2/3 of the way down. Well, about your head, Papyrus, your hair. We don't talk about that. From here, there's like a little out, and then a down. And then it goes back in like that. He looks ready to sans a bit. Actually, you're going to want to draw the, quote, snout a bit longer, so you can do this. And then bring it back up. The idea is, here, I'll show you. Not necessarily a mouth, but like it is obvious that there's a lot of hair on this vessel, so. And then from there, it's like, exactly how I would like to draw it is sort of up to, well, how I'm feeling, you dig? But in general, if you're drawing a character with a beard, always draw out the head in its entirety before you add the hair. Trust me, it helps. Next, you obviously clean up a bit. That line is just to show you what's going on with the silhouette, and boom. Then from here, you're going to want to just add the hair detail, like so. Here's a handy little trick. So everyone knows I've got the 3 sort of standout points in my hairdo. Here's how I actually draw it. Watch closely, this is important. I skip the middle one entirely, since, you know, it sort of covers the old face. And I just sculpt it just so until it looks just about right. Then, about here, I'll add in that extra point, draw that in, and just clean up your lines. And voila! Ain't that something? Look at that. That is a side profile. Very nice. And if it doesn't look right, just, you know, like right now, I'm not loving the way this looks, so I'll just make that a bit longer. Make that point a bit shorter. But then we gotta make this rounder. You want a nice, good, round curve at the front here. Okay, now I'm not liking that so much. Yeah, I think it was mostly just a problem with that line. And there you go. There you go. That is the big man. Hey, hey! It's him. That's me. I am the big man. A little detail I like to do, well, not so much a detail, more of a design choice, is I like to make the arms thicker the further down to the wrist they go, you know? I feel that makes for a much more, like, interesting character design. Which Mario character has the best character design? That is a tough one. Because it all depends on A, who you ask, and B, where you're looking. I really like Wario and Waluigi because they are emphasizing the characteristics of Mario and Luigi. Mario's a shorter one and he's a little rounder, so Wario is like this tank of a man. He's much bigger than Mario, and kinda like less proportionate. He seems shorter, but Wario is kinda taller than Mario. And then Waluigi is like Luigi is the taller, skinnier one. So Waluigi is insanely tall and insanely skinny. And that makes for a very good, like, contrasting villain design, I think. And of course, Bowser, without saying, is incredible. Everyone loves the big, tough turtle. His silhouette's amazing. His character design overall is perfect. It's like the most cartoony instance of a dragon you can have without him being a dragon. And that in turn makes the character Midbis that much more amazing, because whereas Bowser is a giant beefy reptile, Midbis is a giant beefy mammal. And that's like Bowser's foil in Bowser's Inside Story. So you've got a really, really incredible, like, mirror going on with those two. And I love it so much. Who else is good? I also like when Mario enemy designs are less good and more clever. Like Coin Coffer. It's a frog that's also a coin purse. It's brilliant. I'm just gonna touch up my cape here. The difficult thing that I find is drawing the points of my cape. Like where the fur sort of sticks out. I find that a very difficult thing to do. Because sometimes it feels like I'm making the points too big, or not big enough, or weirdly spaced. Coffer is a little weirdo. Yeah, he is. I like him. Who else? I also like Conkedor because it's just... I like the trend of Mario enemies who are just like militarized animals. Like Rocky Wrench. He's some kind of mole, but they've given him like a sewer grate helmet and wielding goggles and a wrench. And I like Hammer Brothers, which are like higher up Koopa Troopas. They're much bulkier than their brothers. They've got a different face. They've got helmets and they've got their hammers. And I always thought the hammers were like super cool in their design, you know? Like, here, let me draw one out for you so you can see what I'm talking about here. So you've got the head, and then you've got the actual, like, back part here. Then you've got the handle. But something I really like about it is that there's, like, bindings on the hammer. I give it this interesting cross design when seen from the side. And I like that a lot. Anyway, I feel like we're getting a little sidetracked here with this. So, yeah, that's sort of the concept I'm going for with the Stranger. As you can see, actually, what's his face? Oh, God, the side profile on the old design is terrible. Well, I thought I was just gonna make a character who didn't have, like, any facial detail at all. I mean, that's kind of what I was going for. I was just sort of doing, like, oh, he's void in the shape of a person. So obviously he's not going to be perfect, but even still, I can give him a freaking snout. I mean, look at this. In fact, look at this. Damn it. See, sometimes you'll do something and you'll think it's a good idea, but then you'll be like, nah, I'm not into that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this and replace that with one of these. Boom. And now that sort of brings it together in a much better way. Isn't that nice? Kinda. I don't know. It's kind of tough because you gotta get all of the points just so, and if you don't, it doesn't look right. But that looks better, I feel. Mario. Mario. Yes, hello, Fona. We're talking about Mario. We're talking about which Mario character designs we like. If you've got one you would like to throw into the ring, please feel free. I was talking about how much I like Bowser, the Hammer Brothers. I was talking about how I like the idea behind Wario and Waluigi's designs. But for now, I love Goomba. Goomba is good. Goomba is strong. They got him right immediately in the NES and kept him. Shy Guy. Shy Guy is excellent. Also someone who they got right off the bat. The model has not been changed or updated that much. They just make a new version of what's already there, and that's beautiful. Anyway, back to the challenge at hand. We are trying, for those who may not know, we are trying to draw me. I'm gonna do a sketch here, and then, because it's a bit easier for me, I'm gonna send it over to another computer I've got with Adobe Illustrator on it, and I'm going to use the pen tool to make it perfect. But just to avoid driving me crazy, let's go ahead and unlock the background layer and do this. I'll take this color, the color of bone. I'll make it more yellow and much brighter. We'll make it slightly less yellow now. And then we're going to use the fill tool and that can be a little grayer. Can be a little lighter. Bear with me. And hello, hi Tofu. I'm drawing. Look, I can draw you real quick. Okay, so Tofu has. Oh. Just drew that in the same color as the background. Always make sure your colors are reset. Bowser on the lowest looks like he's about to start working on a car engine. Yeah, he does. Okay, so Tofu's got ears. Little known fact. Tofu's got like little hair. That's kind of like this. Sort of waves like that. Tofu's got a little fucking bunny face. My hair does something like this. And then Tofu's body is just kind of Benoy. Benoy. And that's how to draw Tofu the Fool. Accessories. There's Tofu. There it is. Isn't that cute? Perfect. Anyway, alright, let's get started on the main project here. Drawing myself. It's been 34 minutes at this point. So let's get into it. Let's see. When in doubt, I like to turn to the age-old art of stick figures for an idea. So, let's start with the obvious. Yeah, it's kind of tough coming up with a cool-ass pose. So let's see. I'd want to hit... Okay, the motivational music has come on. So let's see. I don't want to do like one where he's at a side profile because that's kind of lame. I want to either dynamic or frontal pose, you know? Something like what Bowser's got going on that one. Arm is sort of invisible. He's out. Not bad. Character posing his hands. Yeah. Well, lately I'm the biggest, meanest nothingness that's ever been, so I'm here to party hardy. Oh my god, I want a burrito. I want a big burrito. Beef, cheese, rice. Skip the guac. I actually don't really like guacamole. Sin! Sacrilege! I know, but hey, I've got taste. I'm always align with yours. Let's see, a good one, if I could manage that, would be like head low, eye angry, so the shoulders are here. Bodies are like Captain Beef Road's burrito. It doesn't really matter since I don't got no legs. Like something like, you know. Something like that. Big tough guy pose, one arm on the ground, the other raised, clawed, and ready. I can order everything in the burrito. There has everything from the menu. And don't forget the bacon cheeseburger. I will know if you do not apply that. Let's see. That one's a good one, but it's going to be hard to do without any legs. Maybe I could do something like grand, like chest puffed out. Sort of just feet soundly on the floor. Well, they're gonna get a tortilla big and sturdy enough. They will have to manufacture it in the dreams of man. Because it's kind of tough. Because a stranger is not the most high energy kind of character. It's like an advancing wall of death type of deal with me. I'm sort of like powerful, present. I move toward you. Measured steps, the earth shaking. I'm not going to be like action-packed flying around like an anime character. No, I'm going to be like the Lich. I'm going to be like the Lich from Adventure Time. Fall. That sort of thing. I wish I could do that, but I'm not powerful enough. Alright, let's see. I could... I could also, like... honestly, powerful as Fury Bowser's pose is, I don't think it's for me. I could also do just like sort of this. Now here's my body. It's just my hands behind my back, sort of slouched over, actually, you know. But then that's basically just my idol, so you sort of lose something in that, you dig? But it would be a damn good pose, wouldn't it? I also kind of want it to be something more like... something more like... posed, you know? Like, what I'm thinking about now is like this. What I want is something a bit more like this. You dig? A bit more off to the side. My god. You'd think I'd be better at this. Let's see. You know what? I'm not going to get any ideas unless I actually start this piece. So let's just do arms behind back for now. And then from there, we'll do something more. Alright, so, to start, as famously recorded, I like to start with the head of my characters and work my way down. Alright, so there's that. Now this ain't gonna be perfect, mind you. I'll do my best. Okay. I like the head to be a bit longer, a bit rounder. Clean that up so the lines don't make me crazy later. And then from there, just gonna go ahead and I try to keep the shape of my beard consistent. Drawing it from the middle does not do it. So do it like that. I try to get 2 additional points in before they converge in the middle, like so. That's pretty good. And we got Backroom Labyrinth by Oliver Buckland. Back at it again. I should do a rerun of Dream Barbecue. That would be nice. And if the middle point doesn't look long enough, just add a bit of length to it. It's not that difficult. Okay, good. And just to make my life a bit easier here, we're going to go ahead and do this. Well, actually, here's a trick for you symmetry freaks. Just draw in the eye like so. And it'll help you figure out, like, placement and if it looks right and what have you. So yeah, that looks pretty good. Give us a bit of a gruffness. There we go. Completely erase the other eye. So we only really need the one. Erase this too. There we go, that's nice. Okay, next is, well actually I don't think I drew this grim. I don't think I drew this quite to my liking. Because I know damn well that there's gonna be some hair covering that in a moment. Okay, so to give you an idea of how I like the hair to be drawn on this, it's sort of like how do I explain this? It's an arrow. I like it to be pointing in the way that I'm facing, but when I'm facing head on, I prefer it to point to the right, because, you know, that's how, well, I'm not sure about Well, obviously some people read left to right to left, but in our case, we read left to right. The most important part is you want those curves to be prominent and looking good. See, this does not look good. This looks bad. This is very, very low quality work I am putting out right now. But luckily, with the power of technology, this too can be fixed. Grim. It still looks terrible. Okay, hang on. I got very fitting theme for this. Oh, it's you, my sworn enemy, making this shit look decent. Okay, let's try this. I made that a bit too long. So, let's see. Will that help our noble cause? I think I want that a little more like this. Okay, that looks awful. The important thing is, a lot of the time, you're just going to look at your own crap and think, God, that's terrible. I mean, right now I'm doing it. And obviously, sometimes it's like, oh no, give yourself some credit. It's not terrible. But sometimes, yeah, no, sorry, it sucks ass. But the important thing is that you're able to recognize it. And if you can recognize it, you can go in and fix what needs to be fixed. So for instance, like that, be a bit better. Look. It's alright, but I feel like something is wrong. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try this. Kinda better, but not really. We're starting to get there. The worst feeling is when something feels off, but you can't figure out what. Yeah, I'm kind of experiencing that right now. I know something is wrong with the hair, but I'm just not able to place it, you know? Well, luckily for me, my head is a perfect void. No light reflection whatsoever. That's right, we've patched that out of the old model. It is just a solid black shape. So with that bit of fortune... God, I love this song. It's so sweet and dreamy. Ugh! It's the best! It's the best! Okay, let's see. So, yep, there's my head. Let's go ahead and quickly... give it a bit of this treatment. Everybody loves the squiggles. Everybody loves the squigglies. Okay. So next up is the body, now that we've done the head. So I kind of want to give myself a decent balance between head and body. Because here I was sort of going for an emphasis. If you look at the original reference sheet on the right here, I was going more of an emphasis on the body. I wanted it to seem huge. Because that's what I am. I am a towering figure. I wanted... The idea behind this character is, in an anime called Kill la Kill, there's a character called Gamagori. And his whole deal is, if he is on the screen, with certain exceptions, he is the biggest thing on the screen. That's sort of the vibe I'm going for with the Stranger. Since, you know, all-consuming void, eternally present, all that. Okay, so next up is the body. Now for our purposes, we're going to say that the body starts about here. and is shaped as follows. Well, actually, no, I can do a bit better than that. This. Oh, that's... Okay, here. Big rib cage. I know that doesn't make any sense. It's a trick I picked up from my time in college. The best way to draw out a figure is by building out a rough skeleton. But I'm not about that life. I learned the way I learned, and that got me into college, and that got me out of it. So those are sort of the rules I play by. And I still pick up some tricks here and there. Like, I understand there's always more to learn, but still. You know, if it worked for me, it worked for me, and therefore, it worked for me. Insane concept. Okay, so, I don't want him getting too thin. I'm still a bulky lad, so we will begin about... actually, this isn't that great. So run it back. Ain't no problemo. Alright, let's see. So, I'm wondering if a character is built like a literal block. Well, then you got Minecraft Steve and Sonic Cross Worlds Racing, which is just absolutely hilarious. I saw Creeper on Extreme Gear in a restaurant and I almost cackled. Okay. I still want to be big. That's the important thing. I am a large creature. Okay, and then here's the body. Alright, very nice. Next up is the arms. Now, obviously, they go from the shoulders right here, as you see. Cackle. Sounds funny. Alright, let's see. So the shoulders just sort of automatically roll into the body. Like, in a lot of cases, it's like, here's the shoulder, and here's the forearm. For the stranger, since, you know, it's kind of just wedged in there, you sort of assume it's more of a diamond shape right here-ish, I guess. And that's about where the shoulder is for me. I always really like characters who have, like, certain details disappear into the rest of them. Like, instead of having, like, clear shoulders, they're sort of like arms just come out of them. And the shoulders form naturally as a result of that. The hardest thing for this sort of thing is angling the arms just so. And now, here's a little industry trick from yours truly. Let's see, I want the arms about that thick. It's nice, and then a little thicker. That looks okay. But I kind of feel like the body is too wide. So let me just slim that down a decent bit here. Like, I'm big, but I'm not that big. And luckily, we don't need to worry too much about the shape of my upper body, because of reasons. Now, patch in the added details that we lost. Shoulders about here now. So if we wanted to, we could very carefully adjust the arms, he says as he wildly erases lines like a crazy person. It does help to, like, segment out the arms. That I can guarantee, because it also helps with, like, perspective and what have you. Not liking Give myself just a bit more curve here. This is the hardest part about drawing this, because my body is so covered in weird-ass nuances. That's like insane. Yeah, redo the whole arms. See, this is what happens if you make your body too wide, folks. Now I don't feel like the top is wide enough, so let's do like this. Broader chest. There we go. Peace and tranquility. I could use some of that. Fix that up best we can. Isn't that nice? Yeah, that looks a lot better. So instead of adding the arms, instead we're going to do something a bit different. We're going to begin work on the coat. So, as you see, the old coat is sort of not great. So here's how I'm going to fix it. I'm going to go ahead, do a bit of this. There we go. See. There, very nice. Clean that up so the lines are a bit clearer. That's nice. Good, good. All right. And now for a secret. I've got a secret. I've been hiding under my skin. If anyone knows that song, congratulations. You're old. Okay, so the cape is an interesting thing. Here, I'll show you how it works here. So the cape sort of comes down from the shoulders, goes around the back of the head, and does so over here on the back with some additional detailing here, like so. The important thing to remember about the cape is that the points of detail always go in the same general direction. Whether they be pointed here, like, whether they be pointed inward or outward like that, they're always going in the same direction. And that direction is to the end of the cape. So like these shoulder parts here are the start of the cape, and the end is the very back of it. So now we will work on the cape. How I figure is it sort of comes in from here, goes about halfway down the chest, comes up and around. Actually, no. Let's workshop this a bit. Let's workshop this. So let's say the arms are here. Those are our arms, right? So what I want it to do is to go just a little further, and then sort of curve over like so. Okay, that's nice. But I can make this better. And that cleans up quite nicely. Isn't that something? Okay, and then... Alright, so there's the cape. Now, it's not going to be perfect, but for the sake of simplicity, and because I have a independent vector model of the medallion on standby, the cape is a little tough to do, I must admit, because it looks sort of wrong. You dig? I would do it so it's like properly, like it clears my shoulders, but where's the fun in that? Well, actually, no, because I was just talking, that's tofu. I was just talking about how I wanted it to sort of have a brief moment where the coat overlaps the arm, and then the arm would overlap the coat after that point. So let's see if we can't incorporate that in here. Here's the other half of my art process, ladies and gentlemen. This is problem solving. Okay, so. Good. Bring that up. That looks okay. So let's see. I guess the best way to do it would be to start from here. And that would be the point where the arm and the cape sort of intersect, as I said. My insane ramblings. And then from there, could kind of... Voila! That kind of works. Not the best thing in the world, but man, we can make it better. Improve the curve. And bring it a bit more inward. Give it a little more dimension. I can make this better too. Do like this. Then just dive down. There. That looks pretty good, eh? Okay, then we've got a very interesting part of the game here. Perfect. What you want to do is... in a lot of the Stranger's, like, finer points, I try to evoke, like, either horns or a crown, or some blend of the two. Because, you know, even though he doesn't wear a crown, he is sort of a lord, a king. So we keep that in mind. Okay, and then from there, it just sort of goes outward. And we'll leave that for a bit while we work on this. So now we've got this going here, which then leads into this. And you don't have to worry too much about, like, the exact, like, details of the body here. Okay. See, that's looking pretty good already. Now, compared to, friggin' work with me. Compared to the old model here, you'll notice that the medallion, great as it is not actually all that present in the actual, design here. So, here's what we're gonna do. First, I'm going to rectify one problem I have with this, and that's I don't really have a collar. So I will be adding my shirt's collar to this, like so. Very nice. And while I'm drawing with you now, for you imp enthusiasts, allow me to share with you a concept that I've been brewing. So a while ago, Choco posted a piece of her Ura design, URA. It's like a much, like, fancier, prettier Chocovania. And I gotta say, low-key, artist praising artist here, I adore the hair on her Ura design. It's just so cool, the way it swoops down and then points out. Ugh. Long, big hair is pretty. Shut up. Anyway, that sort of inspired me. The Marvel Rivals Gooner design, as she called it, indeed. That sort of inspired me to make an Aura Stranger. But I had no idea how to go about it for the longest time, and then it hit me like a ton of bricks. I should be a werewolf. Because, you know, if I'm going full demon cult thing, then yeah, why not? It could also... Yeah, I could be a werewolf. I sort of already have the snout thing going, and, you know, I could either make it, like, proper, like, black fur, missing eye, or an eye patch or something. Plus, I wouldn't have to change too much of the design. Make the body a little longer, maybe give me some paws. The claws could stay the same, wonderfully. And, something I really like, this sort of hair going down the back thing that the old design had, I could incorporate it into the werewolf form. It's sort of like the hair from the neck sort of spilling out over the cloak. I'm guessing silver is useless against this werewolf. Immortal werewolf, bitches. Let's go. Okay, anyway, back to this. So then you've got the cloak. And obviously you've got the one line right down the middle here. Very nice. Okay. And then from there, we're gonna do this. Behold my power to cheat. I want the medallion about right there. So here's what we'll do. We'll start with a circle, and depending on how many werewolves are in the code, just the one. But you know, since I'm still probably gonna have some command over the void, I'm not giving that up. I don't care how I redesigned it. I'm in charge of the Great Darkness. I could just spawn a million werewolves. Have you seen Skyrim without walking? I'll just do that. Okay, so we'll start with the first circle here, see how that looks. That is looking like it's going to need a friend. So, give him a friend. And then we're going to want to... Alright, so let me turn that off now that that's dealt with. There's that, and then a bit of that as well. Clear that up. Clear all this up. Very nice, very clean. And then just for simplicity's sake, let's go ahead, bring this back once, and do this. And just so it doesn't bother people too much, hang on. There we go. I tell you what, why don't I go all the way, just for you. Okay, let's see. There's one chip at the bottom, kind of off-center. And then there's two chips here. I like to do the one closer to the center of the pendant goes deeper. That cuts in like this, and then the other one like that. Of course, it's a cursed amulet. You can just do it however you like. Oh, maybe I could make it so that, I'll explain away any inaccuracy by saying, the lore is, how many rats can you summon in RPS, rats per second? So far, it's been 2. That being you and Jason. So, yeah, 2. I have dominion over the infinite void. Not the infinite rats. The rats are free. They are their own clan, and I have no dominion over them. Okay, from here, things are going to get a little tricky. Because now I have to finish the cape, and then we have to go into the lower body, which I dread. Can you summon a murder of crows? No, but I did call in a vulture or two one time. It was pretty cool. Let's see. Let's try this. No, I don't like that. Not that, not that. Okay, so, for our purposes, from here we're going to do this. Those 2 points at the top are indisputable. They are right there. But here's what I'm going to do. For our purposes, I will draw out the cape. Okay, good, good, yes. Very nice. Now, I won't be able to finish the cape until such a time, but this outline is to help. Okay, so you're going to want to do like this, at a point just there, and do like that, and then that can go like that, and then this, you can do an outward point. Okay, and then from there, I'm actually going to erase this bottom line here. Touch it up somewhat. And now, let's get to the lower body, because this is going to be a beast. So, I'm going to do something here. As you see, there are two layers to my design. There's the cape, no, there's the body, and then there's the cloak. Excuse me, that was horrible. As you can see, they're very clearly two different things, but I'm going to try something here real quick. And apparently that something is to accidentally erase lines. That's hilarious. Not really, but okay, let's see. Like that. And obviously do like this. Bring this up. And now the interesting twist. Hang on, that I took that point a bit too steeply. There we go. Be able to get. Alright, so now instead of. Nah, I don't like that at all. I do not like that at all. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to clean that up and then do like this. Okay. Alright, we got Mad Frogs. We got Mad Frogs, the wall of text. Okay, that's pretty good, but I can make it better. Here's how. Okay, so I'm going to make... Behold. So here's my body. The absolute bottom of it. And then here's spike detail. So I will attempt to create 5 spines. Good lord. Anytime you see me do that, it's because my, Actually, I can make this a little lower. Like that. Very good. Next we... 1. Here's 2 and 3. And there's 4 and 5. It's pretty good, actually. Can kind of do it better, though, so... Yes, good. Yeah, I like the look of that. Okay, now we clean all this up. So my tiny, funny monkey brain doesn't catch fire. God, I love a good waltz, don't you? I dream of somebody sweeping me onto the dance floor and twirling me around to a song like this. Okay, now for the fun part. As you know, my lower body is shrouded in void. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to turn off that. We're going to get my friend... good old random chance to do something for us here. Using a solid brush and no sketching style, we'll attempt to do this. Now, I feel like I can do the void part. It's okay, Morg, you can say poppycorn. Maybe. I mean, to be fair, yeah, classy woman like that. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't swoon? But, you know, my headcanon is it's Poppy and Grumpy for life. That is my OTP. I need the tough, grizzled New York construction worker and the beautiful, enchanting intel officer to be a thing. Me who only has eyes for Wario. Fair. Okay, so we're not going to do that, and instead, we're just going to do it the old-fashioned way. So I kind of want... go like this. Nah, I can do something better than just the random splotches. Oh, here's an idea. Instead of the random splotches, like the funny little thing. Instead of that, what if I do like this? You know, just mirror it to make it a bit easier to draw. Here, you guys see the vision, don't you? By the way, this drawing is turning out great so far. Oh yeah, I'm really feeling this one. I see it. Like, instead of, you know, just the random stain on my shirt, it just gradually turns darker and darker until it's the perfect void. Yes! God, why the hell didn't I think of that sooner? That's genius! What the hell am I doing? I'll tell you one thing I'm doing. I'm gonna make these arms a little bit longer, if you don't mind my doing so. Because I genuinely feel like they're not long enough. Something more like this here. It's pretty good. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Now from there I'm gonna make some tiny adjustments to the coat here. We'll go from there. Watch. I'm about to blow your mind. Okay, start with that. Bring this up. There we go. It's nice. Gives me a bit more to work with here. From there we can also, like, touch this up a tad. Oh yeah, that's nice. Look at that. Okay, and then from there we just sort of do like this? Question mark? Yeah, and then for this one, I really want to like emphasize the curve of it, you know? Because if your cloak, cape, coat, or what have you doesn't have a massive outward flourish, what are you doing? What are you doing? Stop it. Fix it. Fix yourself, as popular chicken nugget character Sody Pop says. I really like that little web series, Chicken Nugget. Kind of got a bit crazy when they started pulling the whole demigod of chaos arc out of their hats, but you know, I'm here for it. I like the cute animals. Alright, let's see. That looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks way better. Oh, it's the song Peppo introduced me to, Surfing on the Sine Wave. This one makes me happy. Obviously it makes me happy, it makes me think of her. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do now, because this is now a little different. We're gonna do like this. From this shoulder, we will do like this. Very nice. Now, in a stunning twist, Captain learns some depth. Go. Ain't that something? Ain't that something special? And then we'll have like, obviously we'll have this part of the cape in shadow. this part as well, behind the arm. Clean up this a bit. Ain't that something? I actually feel like we can do just a bit better on the arms. There you go, that's the good stuff. Good neutral expression is good, but I want to convey some strength here. So how about this? Give me like a bit of a... Give me a bit of a glare. Something like that. Yes, yes. I do like how that looks. Actually, let me fix it because I don't want to just go in there and erase a bunch of random crap. Okay, unmirror it. Oh yeah, that's nice. Catch it up. I don't know. It is a trick to make a character who's like expressive with only one eye and no mouth. Although I have been thinking about that, admittedly. Also, look at that! Hey, look at that! We actually drew something! Oh, actually, I see a little point we can modify here. Excuse me. Alright, here, watch this. Once again, I'm gonna blow your minds with an amazing realization here. If I do like this... Boom. Doesn't that just add so much? Because it's like this, it's like... You know, here's a point. Oh, wait. Here's another point just behind it. That's pretty neat, except there are different points. Ooh, it's crazy. I feel smart when I pull stuff like that off. I feel good. You know? This is what I love to do. How fortunate I am to be able to love what I do. Alright. And just for my own... Go ahead and make the void on him a little bit higher. Very good. And then... Yeah, that's about it. There you go. Brand spanking new Stranger. Updated. It will be color corrected. And maybe I'll make a colored outline version of it too. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? That'd be a nice little challenge. Alright. It only took an hour and a half, but we have accomplished what we set out to do. Good work, team. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Now let's see, what else can I do with my... Oh, right. I have another... Oh, boy. Jazzy Boys time. Alright, I have another idea, and it's kind of wacky. I like what I did there. Because obviously I want to play it at some point on the channel, which may be sooner than later since I finally dealt with the one thing keeping me from streaming it. Let's talk Hollow Knight. I'm gonna draw myself a bug sona. That's right, it's happening. I figure I'd be some sort of bloated mutant vessel. And not like an actual bug. So let's see what we can do. So obviously, head shape would remain kind of the same. That's right, we're drawing me as Hollow Knight now, folks. Tune in! Hollow Knight's happening! This guy, look. He's got like a kind of square head, sort of like this. And he's got like moose horns like this. He's got the eyes of a killer. And just sort of kind of built like this. Got little feetsies. There he is. There I am. My god. I'm just kidding, of course. So I figure my head shape would go a little something like this. I'd want like a nice squarish head. But there'd have to be like some discrepancy because I want a cracked mask. I figure if I wanted to base it off of how I actually look, I'd give myself the two eyes, but the eye I have would be the mask. So, like, I guess I'd want it to look kind of saddish. And then, let's see. I like the idea of having, like, asymmetrical horns. So first, my horn design would be something like this. But a lot thicker. Yes, that's the good stuff. And then, maybe something like this. To both mimic my beard and give me, like, mandible type deals going on here. Looks vaguely like the Discord model, but that's okay. Okay, now let's get into the asymmetry. So let's see. Oh my god, it's genius. I could make it mask shards. Also, those eyes are way too close together. I can do better. Pretty good, yeah. Okay, let the asymmetry begin. So, the way I figure is, I could make what's left of my mask a mask shard. So, like... something like that. No. I want to emphasize the sad on this SOB. So something more like this. Okay, and then... let's see. I think I'd want the asymmetry to be on his this. But then we'd have to make it like, there's where the mask fragment ends. Oh, very nice. Do a nice little crack for that additional detail. Maybe take a chip or two off the actual mask here. Okay, and then from there, there we go, very nice. Okay, so there's my vessel's head. Now onto the body. Like I said, I want him to be a big beefy boy. So let me pull up a big beefy boy here from Hollow Knight. Who is big beefy? Oh, I know. Oh my god, the first result is the worst picture of him you could possibly get. Ah! Thunder! There he is. The most important character in the lore. Dung T Defender. We will put him over this. Oh my god, I wish I could make a character as boss as Ogrim. Anyway, Dung Defender. Want a nice big guy? Oh wait, hang on, I just realized. Let me just... Whoop. There we go. Okay, so, let's see. Dung Defender is... round man. I'm sort of trying to keep the sort of form I've got going with myself here, so let's do that. Okay, here's my little buggy carapace. I'm trying to think of the different things I could do for me, and the many things that I can do for you. Allow me to tell you one thing I can do for you. I can give you dinner. I wonder what's for dinner. If I'm not back in a month, send link. Anyway. Some of the bigger bugs in the Hollow Knight world have this going for them. Alright, that's something. That's pretty good. Okay, so we got the body. Next, I'm gonna give myself a cloak, because a man needs a cloak. Actually, I'll make the cloak a separate layer, as not to make myself crazy in the future. But while I'm at it, I'll continue work on the body. Yeah, I'm kind of just giving him a Ogrim thing going on here. That's not spoilers, is it? Yeah, it's fine. There we go, carapace. A little bit of that. It's very good. Okay, now on to the fun part here. I really like this remix of the Fancy Runes. That's pretty good, I'd say. I think I can make it better. And here's how. Go ahead and quickly... It's a little harder to see. There we go. Now I'm gonna do like this. Oh, it's so nice. There we go. Very nice. And the original playing right after. Good fortune. Help. I don't need help, Critter. I'm a baller. I'm so good at this, I can do it unconsciously without talking to my audience. How are you guys today, by the way? Figured I'd let you know I've got a special event planned for this week. Not that much special than usual. It's just a nice, chill community Roblox stream. On Friday, ideally. Unless something comes up. Well, luckily I've got all my insane interruptions for the month out of the way by now, so hopefully nothing comes up to ruin my schmo here. I can go. And there you go. Like that. Nice. Oh. Look at that. Yeah, that's something. Okay, let's see. I'll just quickly, for my own purposes, I'll duplicate this, hide the original, hide this, and erase everything but the head. Get that bigger. Yeah, look at that efficiency, baby! Careful. Don't get lost in the sauce, because how they get you. Oh, wait, hang on. I've been wanting to play Roblox with friends, but I'm not playing for reasons, but I'm looking elsewhere to play with friends. Fair enough. Oh, but I've just realized my, it's not done yet. Still need some, decoration, like my necklace. Now, obviously, I'm not going to get rotted gold in Hallownest, so I figure we'll just make me a traveler, a pilgrim of the kingdom of Farloom, and give myself a nice bit of a rosary necklace here. There we go. Rosaries. And for my weapon, I like the idea of having a big-ass club. But a bone club will not be enough, so I will make myself even more of a Farloom bug kind of deal. And give myself a great, big, weirdly drawn, poorly circular bell mallet. I'll go like all the way down to my person here. And boom. It's rough, but there it is. I shall refine the design a little later. Very good. Very, very good. Alright, so we have ourselves... Just also quickly do this. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, just make the whole... Yeah, perfect. Beautiful. Excellent. One of a kind. Yeah, no, so there's... Actually, what if I made them beefier? Not by much, just enough to give me some, like, good visual... There we go. That's the good stuff. Yes! There you go. There is a Hollow Knight Bugman. Not nearly as cute as I was hoping it would be, but still pretty good. Or maybe I should change the traditional vessel cloak into something a bit more, like, solid. Like a cloth. We'll figure it out later. But for now, I say we are pretty well off. Good work, me. Really combine these layers, merge with the layer below, beautiful. We'll keep that one. And then we got one of the night. And then there's the brand spanking new Stranger design. We did it. Only took half the stream. Well, for now, I guess I'll draw some peoples that I like. Just to keep my drawing skills up, you know? So we'll start with everyone's favorite short person. Phono. Cheap followers? Well, get this. Die! Got his ass with the power of my mind. And phonograph. Now, we just had a bot come in here. Although, Baller Play, I think it's the same person twice, right? Yeah, the only difference is that there's a different at the bottom. We got a bot. Ain't a Captain Crossroads stream without a public bot execution. So, weird. Yeah, maybe the machines are getting desperate. Alright, let's see. Who can I draw? I know, I'll draw Phono. Like actual Phono. So, if you want to do it real easy like, just follow my lead. So you're going to want to start with a box. All good drawings start with a box. From there you're going to want to draw a circle inside that box. Now for this, I will turn off this. Because I like giving a bit of this. I like, when a clock is presented, I don't like the hands to be symmetrical. I like it to have some, you know, variety to it here. Then you've got this actual phonograph part. There we go. Make that a little better. Okay, now the way I figure it is Phono's neck be kind of like here-ish. But it would be like, since, you know, he's a bug. He's got like that. It's Phono. Well, yeah, I figure Phono would be sort of built like that, so it's sort of... As much as I like, you know, giving my characters a bit of a curve, a bit of detail. Phono, I'm drawing phonograph clock from memory. Phono's sort of built like a sausage. Which is, you know, great. Everyone loves a good sausage. So I figure it would be like this. And like a bit like that. Phono's got a bit of a, Phono's a firefly, if I recall. Because fireflies are the best bugs. Okay, next up are the arms. Phono's got like good stick figure arms here. And good like... Got a weird long short person thing going. He does. I don't know why I'm drawing him with pointy fingers, I just want to. I don't know, Phono strikes me as the kind of character that would be like, excellent. If like all of the detail in his arms was just like, from a distance they're sticks, but up close it's like sticks with like a little bit of scribble detail to them, you know? Like that is ideal. And then, of course, just to give him some variety, we're going to open up his wings here. Next, we're going to move him down so I can make some room for this. He's like a Don't Starve character. All their arms and legs are just hair. Pretty much, yeah. And then, like, I was like drawing phonograph, the actual like horn pipe thing part of the machine is actually a bit of a trick for me. Since it's like this, maybe I've got a chance. Not gonna be perfect, forgive me. The machine's true form escapes me. It's pretty good. Now, just because I want to, I'm going to add a little bit of a crank here so that Phono may play the record that is on his head, which, according to my headcanon, is 47 minutes of weird bug noises to impress your friends. At the 27-minute mark, it's just a song by, it's just a song by Rammstein. For no reason. It's just there. Someone burned it onto the disc. And, there's Phono. In all of his weird, buggy glory. Now check this out, I can make him talk. It's 15 What's New Pussycats and 1 It's Not Unusual! Oh, good. Good. Powerful. I get that. I get you. Here, check this out. Bugraph. I can make him talk. Hey, check me out. I'm Phonograph Clock, and I'm a super cool, super talented guy. Everyone loves me. Hey, forget about it. Oh, there it is. That's the bit of a lifetime. That is the funniest thing I've ever done. Congratulations, you were all here to witness that. That rocks. Let's go. Hell yeah. That's actually really fucking good. Who else can I draw? You draw him even better than I do sometimes. Hey man, I specialize in drawing weird creatures. That's what got me this far, baby. That's my secret. I'm always funky. Who else can I draw? Where I try to conform him to actual bug anatomy. I mean, you're allowed to make him a weird-ass little creature. He's your guy. You can do whatever you want with him. You can make him, like, fucking huge. I need to find those Giga Chad pictures and just make renders of your head to put on them. Me, if being loyal to the Imp Queen. You can never go wrong with Wario. That is true. Yeah, why not? I'll give him a try. Hell, I won't even use the mirror tool. I'll just freehand this shit. Okay, so, let's see. Wario. Wario's head is kind of like this. Square-shaped. So that going into it. Wario's nose to be about here. Okay, let's see. Also drawing Wario from memory here. I know his cap is a lot shorter and wider than Mario or Luigi's. We'll actually move that part of his face over yonder. Let's play around with Wario's face a bit before I put in his chin. I would suggest something. You can suggest something, Bert. I'll probably draw it after this. And then maybe I'll draw a VTuber or two just to say I did and be famous. Alright, let's see. We'll start with the general shape of Wario's nose. Alright, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Alright, next is Wario's mustache. What's weird to me is that it's not just the one W, it's like all the way across here. Wario has an insanely impressive mustache. No, let's not make him angry. I was gonna suggest that one song I made not long ago with the parts and the weird body, if not too complicated. I'll see what I can do, buddy. Gonna be taking a page out of old Anton's book for this one. And just because I know some people like it, let's give them that hair puff that Mario fans like drawing Mario with. Alright. Kosa is a great track in general. It really is. hang on. Oh boy. One moment. Just gotta quickly do this. Hang on. Captain's doing a little bit of surgery. It's fine, my organs just spilled out again. You know how it is. No stomach, no body. You should draw a Madness Combat character given it's Madness Day and all. It is Madness Day! My god. Alright. I will do such things. Okay. Just gonna clean up this part of Wario real quick. Looks like he's got a tooth gap. And have that on Wario. Okay, let's see. Wario's eyebrows, yet another great part of another great character. Also, Jesus Christ. Hang on. There we go. It's a bit wonky, but that's okay. These are these quick sketches that people like. It's Wario! I'm not gonna stop there. I'm gonna try and do his body too. We'll do that real quick. Alright, there's his head. Now for the rest of him. Okay, let's see. Wario's body is sort of behind him. He's a very big man. Captain Crossroad trying to do something crazy. I sort of lost the room for him. You'll forgive me someday, I'm sure. Ah, Jesus, hang on. This thing keeps coming apart on me. This pen has served me well, but is beginning to disassemble. Yeah, that'll do. And they're covered in tape now. Wonderful. Oh, it seems my playlist has stopped. Surely this cannot be the case. Allow me to restart it. I get all this tape off my goddamn hands. Whew, excuse me. Right, let's jump to... let's just start from here. Shuffle is still on. Get funky boy! Woo! Mario's overalls are like this. Yes, yes. That hand's a little rough, but hey, it's pretty good Wario. Alright, let's get this madness character out of the way. It is a madness character of my choosing. I know exactly who I'm drawing, and I'm using the assistance of the mirror tool for it. Let me just quickly pull up a picture of him on my phone. I remember seeing these soundtrack titles and laughing a bit. Yeah, yes, Put the Tree on My Pizza is a classic. Okay, let's start with the Madness head, and let's see if you can guess who I'm drawing as I'm drawing them. Even though he doesn't have them, just for my own sake, I'm going to do something kind of cool here. Actually, no, I'm not. Grim. I can't make that work. And bobbing. A bit of a line touching up here. And bada bing, bada boom, bada ba, ladies and gentlemen. Project Gestalt. I've been wanting to draw this guy for forever. Feels good to finally get that out of the way. Jeez, he's fucking massive, isn't he? He was one of my favorite fights in Project Nexus. Maybe I give that game a run back someday. I won't be very good at it, but it'd be fun. Okay, I put other VTubers in the title. I'll draw a VTuber real quick. Any suggestions? The obvious one is Choco. I could draw who else? I like Biddles. Biddles is cool. Oh wait, I promised Bird I'd draw them some. Hang on, I got this. Tim. I've been asked to draw an individual named Tim. I will provide, my friend. Okay, so let's see. Let's get the general shape of him down, shall we? Hard to believe, but he's got a head. Eyes that go a little something like this. Little ears like this. Neck that tapers out like so. It's not the son of a little Tim. Tim is a big fella. Oh! I could also, hang on, I'll draw, yeah, I just remembered. Yeah, I gotcha. Let me draw you a little guy here. Where's he dead? You provided, there it is. Zooble. Okay, this one's gonna require me to do a bit of freehand, so no mirroring for me. Very nice. You say that? The inspiration is obvious. Has a certain intent with the Sona. I can tell. Very nice. tools you made so far. In fact, beat by memory is impressive. I've pulled up a ref of yours. A bit too complicated for me to recall solo style, but hey, it's a character worth observing. There you go. That was no reference if I'm going to draw something because I can't remember things well. That's alright. For guys like me, you look at stuff so much that the stuff you like becomes ingrained in your funny little brain. Oop. Alright. Now we'll actually draw a VTuber, as promised. Okay. Who do I want to draw? Draw Biddles is a fun design. Choco is a fun design. I could do Kono. Kono's friend. Kono is friend shape. So perhaps I shall assist. And then make her cute art. What VTuber you got in mind? I don't know. I'll do me! Yeah, I'll do fan art of me. Check this out. You're not gonna believe this. You ready? You steady? Here we go. Boom. Done. Oh my god. How did he do that so quickly? Oh my god, it's like he's not even trying. What the hell is this? It's insane. This man is untamed. Can he be stopped? I do not think so. Anyway. Well, actually, let us draw Kono Momori. Because I like Kono Momori. She's been very supportive and fun to be around. And, yeah. See if I can drag her out onto the stream more often. Because, it's fun. I gotta keep in better contact with people. I'm sorry to those who only hear from me when I'm, streaming. Forgive me. Forgive me. What is this? I will draw Kono. Okay, here we go. See, so Kono's head is round. No one could have guessed. I can make her a wee bit better sized. Because she's just very naturally, small. Here's her neck. Okay, and then her head. Divided in half by her bangs. Which do a little something like this. I don't know why, but those kinds of bangs are perfect. They are very cute in most cases. In one specific case, they're very intimidating and powerful. I don't feel like getting my ass kicked for calling someone cute again. Yeah, perfect. Okay, next. Buttons up here, I think. Very nice, very cute. Okay. Alright. There we go. Sorry I got kind of quiet. I don't know why I lock in when I draw other people. Okay, let's see. There we go. I can zoom in a bit. Come on. Now don't give her weird noodle legs. Work with me here, work with me here, touch screen. Work with me. I'm gonna be completely honest. Poofy shapes are really hard for me to get right. I don't know why. Put that up. Nice and pretty. Nope, still using the mirror tool, you fool. And she's got like a bit of poofiness on her dress here. What a cute dress. What a cute design. Gorsh, if only I could be so cute. But alas, I am some large, terrible creature. I'm just a visitor, and I don't hang around. I got places to be because I'm covering ground. I'm just a visitor. Alright, and then are her legs, which are surprisingly thick. Feet go inward because it is cute. And voila! Just do a wee bit of cleanup here on some of the lines, and it's Kono. There she is. Better, there we go. That pretty. Actually, quickly finish her bow here. There. Cute. Alright, so there's Kono. Let's see who. Alright, let's draw another VTuber while I've still got the energy in me. Let's do a quick sketch of. You know what? I haven't drawn her yet. Let me actually try drawing Urachoco. Hooray! Okay, let's do this. Let's do it to it. Also, Twitter on my phone is acting a fool because it loads all of the images in less than ideal quality, and I do not know why. And it pisses me off. Sorry, let me show you how much it pisses me off. Blue Sky is a throwback to the 480p era of the internet. Yeah. These birds are pissing. Anyway. Okay, now we'll actually draw Urachoco. Ready, steady, here we go. It's the most beautiful imp queen on the imp scene. Oh my god, the hair is so pretty though. I feel like hair is an underrated aspect of character design. So I like that her ears are out for this design. Pointed imp ears, very good. Okay. Start with the head. This is the most insane music to be drawing any person to, and here I am drawing Chogovania. Witness me, your majesty! Witness me being a freaking doofus. I'm a fan of how big her horns are in this. If you know me, and I'm sure you do, I'm an appreciator of a monster with large horns. It is a crown for the beast. You dig? Okay. Actually zoom in here. Make it happen. There we go. A beautiful tune to match beautiful queen. Platonically. I'm a big fan of how the bloody tears are just a constant in all Chogo designs. Such a kick-ass aesthetic. And also it's like mad pretty. Legitimately. Exit. Imp with long leg. Very strange. I'm always gonna be used to like drawing her. It's like a little cartoon thing. I'm not gonna draw her toes though. That's too much detail, even for me. The guy with no facial feature whatsoever beside the floating eye of the exact opposite color of his void. How scandalous! Like drawing her with the little ball hands, it's tradition at this point. But of course I'm gonna give her the cool ass spiked gauntlets. Why would I not? Just because I think it will be, yes, I dare say it, cute. Queen needs her crown. As I like to, I'm going to give her a little bit of a snoot. Admittedly, the reason I give her... When I draw Choco, I like to give her a little bit of a nose. A little nosy. And that's because eventually I do want to draw her as like some sort of great monster. Because that would honestly be kind of kick-ass. Everyone deserves a cool super monster form. I even have one for Enomort. The famous bug cultist by local guy, Phonograph C. Locke. That's right. I've cracked the code. I'm gonna draw the... It's got little tears. There's socks here. Random tears are so hard to draw. Anyway, there she is. That's Chocovania. We have 30 minutes left. Oh my god, that came out really, really good. I'm proud of that. I am proud of that shit. I may actually have to go back and finish this one. Like, actually do a proper, like, line art of it and all that. Dear God. Forgot I drew that. Camera's cooking good today. Hell yeah. Okay, let's see if we can't get one more in. Oh, I know. Here's a fun challenge. Or maybe not. Hang on. It's me. Oh, I know who I can draw now. Here's a fun game for all of you at home. See if you can guess who I'm finishing the stream with. Here's a hint. It's a character very close to mine own heart. I wish our cult had a cool theme song. There. Look at that. This is nice. Feels good to be drawing again. Not that I've, really stopped it or anything. It's just slowed down recently is all. I've been busy keeping things together, putting myself in a good place mentally. And, that's all well and good, but like, shit. It's all well and good. But, like, it's nice to be able to just take a beat, Sort of breathe. I need to rework how this character's head looks. This is someone from Hollow Knight, right? No, actually, this is one of my own. Let's see. Okay. Oh, I'm back. I got a busy day. I can relax again. Right on, Tofu. Good work. Right. Wait. Bit of a cleanup here. Okay, that's another one done. We got Null, my custom Cult of Choco character. He's some sort of weird deer creature who was sacrificed in the name of the Imp Queen after being found a heretic. But he still lingers around the church and helps out with stuff and things. Nice design, thank you. Like I said, I'm good at Mega Monsters. Who else can I do? I don't know. I could draw. I don't know. Dang. Draw DK, yep. Okay, so DK sort of starts the same way, except there's that, look at that. He's a big friendly guy. He's kind of shaped like this. The ears. No, that's not right. His head is a bit more this shape now. Clean up the lines. Isn't that pretty? Donkey Kong like that. Good. Go. Very nice. Bring that up like so. A bit of extra detail just by doing that. I feel like I'm getting his head shape kind of wrong, you dig? I feel like it's more like this now. No. I actually need to take a look at a picture of the guy. Because he changed the design, what limited info I have on him is just gone. Donkey Kong Bonanza. Photos. Oh, that one's cool, actually. Hang on. Insanely pretty. That's a really good Void Kong. Good. I need to look at this man's face. Like an actual render of this man's face. There it is. Dondi Grong. Dondi Gonk. Okay, that is the worst picture because his hands are covering most of his face. There's so much fan art, but not a single decent picture of him. The first official render I see, and it's the old render. Officiating Pauline and Rosalina's wedding. Good chip, good chip. Okay, we got a good one in DK's face now. Here we go. That's right, I'm going to start this one over. This shall be my final piece. Good lord. Okay, so, DK's face. More like this now. A bit more shaped. Very handsome. Right, very nice. Alright, there we go. His head's a bit more like this now. Make it a bit taller. His ears go right here. Let's see. Ooh, this one's turning out to be a little rougher than I'd like. But it's the last drawing of the day, so I can be excused just this once. Nah, I don't like the way I drew that. Okay, watch me now. Perfect. Perfect. I can do a little better on the mouth. That was way too low. Perfect. Yeah, that makes the face a wee bit better. Now let's actually try and block out his body. So, he's a big dude. Big old monkey man. So his chest. I'll actually sculpt out his chest separately from the rest of him. And then his legs are like this. Okay, now for the hard part. That should do it. Next we're going to build out the legs just a bit so we can give them the pants. Okay, from here we'll give them that iconic shrimp glow. This. Very nice. Okay, now just as a little trick from me, do a bit of that. TK's a big man. Got big glands. Okay, now let's see. Let's go kind of like that. Yes, very good. There we go. And up a bit. Yeah, that's pretty good, I'd say. Not too shabby. Alright, there's Donkey Kong. In all of his Kongly glory. Alright, let me just go ahead and treat ourselves to a bit of this here. Da, 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 da. Beautiful. Okay. No monkey.jpg. No need. Oh, wait. Oh. Didn't mean to do that. Alright. So, let's go over what we've done today and we'll call it, shall we? From the top, we started sketching out some ideas for a good pose for the stranger. I gave a brief rundown on his side profile, a very mysterious part of him. I drew Tofu the Fool with 100% accuracy. I started brainstorming a few more poses for me, and we finally sketched out something worth rendering. I'm very happy with this one. We also drew a little knight from Hollow Knight, and conceptualized and further developed how the stranger would look as a bug of that world. From there we started having some fun. We drew Phonograph Clock, one of my favorite people, a very helpful mod and a wonderful friend. I drew Wario, because Wario is freaking awesome. I drew Project Gestalt from Madness Project Nexus in honor of Madness Day. I'll probably post this sketch a little later, and maybe finish it. I drew Bird's little mix and match Sona, very cute, very lovely. I drew local Roblox enthusiast slash chaos monger. I almost called her Boo Boo the Fool. Kono Momori, who is very cute and very fun to draw. If you ever want to draw something adorable, draw her. We drew Star Walker, because something is pissing him off. We drew Urachoco, giving her her signature kick-ass everything and cute-ass crown. We drew Null, loyal cultist of the Imp Queen. Why did it shift songs? I wanted it to loop Mad Frogs. And at last, we drew Null, cultist of the Imp Queen. Big Null. Yeah, Null is a pretty tall dude. Even taller than me, but he's much skinnier. I'm much bulkier. I could snap him in half like a twig. And we drew a little Donkey Kong, because Donkey Kong is wonderful. I may post all of the finished pieces later, and then maybe have a vote, and say, hey, which one of these would you like me to do a finish of? I'm definitely going to do a big finish of the Bug Stranger, the new Stranger render, and, Billy 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 Bob. Yeah, I'll do new Stranger, Bug Stranger, definitely Urachoco, because I wanted to do fan art of her for so long. And, yeah, we'll see how else to do. But for now, that will be all. Good work, everyone. We've done it again. So, I leave you now to the chill tidings of something or other. Join me now as I order a pizza and fall down the stairs. I don't know. Anyway, quick update. I've got work tomorrow instead of Wednesday, so a Wednesday stream is looking likely. And I figure maybe we'll actually play something once I review everything I haven't played in a while. I will keep you guys posted. We should hang out soon. I want to show you my cool Mario level. Oh yeah, dude, I'll be around tonight. We'll party then. But, yeah. I will see you all some other time. Everyone have a good one. And I will see you, hopefully Wednesday, for something wacky and wonderful. Until then, bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye-bye-bye-bye. Bye. 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 Okay.